and then off we go.
Hang on, you all sound really good.
Oh.
Hello and welcome to the Fry Up. I'm joined by all the regular Fry Ups, Matt, David, and Chris, and also a special guest, Simon Wilson.
Hey!
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, Mr. Wilson?
Yeah.
I'm good. That's, used to lockdown now, or now not lockdown, whatever this now.
Lockdown easing is the term now, isn't it?
Did you go to the pub yesterday?
No, I'm not stupid. I don't want to go.
The important thing is staying alert, Simon. That's the important thing.
Exactly. Watch out.
I'm very alert. And I'm at home.
Watch out when you're walking down the road just in case it hits you in the face.
You can just hide around the corner.
Exactly.
Just hide behind a wall.
Get in that bush.
Well done.
Great start.
He did just say that.
So this week, Simon's going to be joining us, talking about things he wants to talk about, and just genuinely, enhancing our lives and also your lives, with his unique sense of humour and style.
Is this some sort of eulogy?
Yeah. Let's kick it off, shall we? Matt, do you want to start?
Okay.
Please.
What'd you say?
Something light-hearted, please.
Yeah, it's quite light-hearted, to be fair.
Good news. Good news all round. Everyone's happy.
Have you ever been to Taipei? Anyone been to Taipei before?
Can't say I have.
No.
Okay. So in Taipei, they have Songshan Airport, which is quite well known now because they are offering starved travel experience extraordinaires, the airport experience. So they put it out to everyone in Taiwan, pretty much, offer 60 people for the chance to have an airport experience. Basically, going to the airport, having your holiday at the airport, but not actually taking off. They've done the full whack. I'm talking the food, the passport control, the baggage thing, the getting on the plane, but not actually taking off.
Why would you want to go through passport control and customs?
Is the random strip searching also included?
Well, I was going to say, it must be. It must be. It must be, David.
The boring part of the airport is going through customs and passport control, and there was security stuff. You have to go through the metal detector and things like that.
Well, the thing
Let's
is,
be honest, right?
Why would you want to? That is the worst part of the airport. The only good part is having a drink at 6 a.m. That is the best part in getting on the plane. Everything
duty free.
Duty free, I suppose, yeah.
And the bacon roll McDonald's breakfast.
Thinking about it, out of all us, I think, Simon, you were the last one to go abroad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on airports?
Who likes airports? Like, who actually likes them? As a necessity because you want to go abroad. Not because you like standing in a line for hours upon end for something to stand in a scanner for them to go, oh, we now need to check your shoes. We're going to go through your shoes. You can't have this cupcake on board. Now please go back to the start of the queue. Like, who likes queuing? The only good thing about airport is you get your pint before you fly.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what time of day it is, you're like, oh, I can have a beer. It's 11 in the morning. That's the only good part of airport.
That's just
Leaving the airport.
You go to an airport because you have to. It's not an experience. You go so you can get on the plane to go somewhere where the weather's going to be better and you can drink all day because in Spain, time doesn't exist.
Questionable.
That is the reason you go on holiday. That's why you go to airport, so you can go on holiday.
Well, the thing is, 7,000 people applied to take part in this little experience, and they have announced that they're going to do even more, as it was a massive success. Apparently, one person said, "I can't pronounce their name." They said, "I really want to leave the country, but because of the epidemic, lots of flights can't fly." Well, yes, obviously, that's what's going on at the moment. Honestly, I can't imagine that sort of thing working over here. It'd just go too wrong.
No,
Right. So my experience is, I'm not going to get to go on holiday, but at least someone's going to fondle my genitals at Heathrow Airport. I mean,
Just got to assume that the airport in Taiwan is like Thorpe Park or something, that all these 6,000 people.
Probably is, to be fair.
Let's go ride the monorail to the other terminal.
Out of all the things in lockdown, who went, you know what I'm really missing? Airport security.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, I miss going to the pub. You know, I miss having McDonald's open." Like, what I really miss, like Chris said, is just getting fondled by a big burly bloke at a metal detector.
Yeah,
I haven't been touched like that in years.
Like, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Is that really what people in Taiwan are missing? Getting felt up because the beep went off because they forgot to take their belt off. Is that what people really wanted?
Yeah.
What, you saying they do it on purpose? They leave their belt on?
I mean, some people might, Chris. That's how you get your kicks. That's up to you, man. But for me personally, getting fondled by some 20-stone Taiwanese bloke in Taiwan just so I can go to the airport is not for me.
I wonder, because like we said, none of us really enjoy the airport experience.
No.
Surely, are they making it like a recreational thing? Are they taking out all the bad stuff? Or are people genuinely going so that they can queue up, get told that their bag's too heavy, they've got to leave a child behind at the airport while they go to Spain?
Everything. I mean, but the thing is, I mean,
stuff.
I don't know. Obviously, we apparently love a queue over here in the UK. It might not be like that over there. I mean, they might be a bit more organised than we are. But yeah, it's the whole experience, every single thing. Just don't take off.
What happens when you get to the end then?
Yeah, well,
Because
get your baggage.
Aside, what happens?
Go back.
I'm just thinking this
You
week.
come for arrivals.
You get to the terminal.
The baggage carousel and stuff, because that is again one of the most boring bits. Waiting for your bag to come out on the carousel as it goes around, waiting for hours, as yours is inevitably going to be the last bag that comes out.
Yours is the one that EasyJet accidentally left on the runway.
Yeah. I mean, that happened when I went to Chicago. It was half an hour. Everyone else had left. I was still waiting for my bag to come out the baggage carousel. That was great.
God.
I was sharing a taxi with some other people because we were all going to the same place. They were just very unhappy. They went about 45 minutes in the car park before I came out. Yeah, that was good.
So in short, none of us are going to go and do an airport experience.
No.
No.
Little will it probably not happen over here, thankfully.
No. I once tried to crack a joke going through security at an American airport, and that was a big
Bad idea.
Bad
idea.
What joke was it, Chris?
I don't remember. I think it was something about how serious they were, and they were pretty serious. The guy gave me I looked like I'd murdered his mum.
You definitely said something along the crack a smile. It's only counter-terrorism.
Yeah, imagine going through immigration or whatever. Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Particularly in American airports. Yeah, we won't be doing that anytime soon.
No.
Who's got something really interesting to say? No.
My story kind of links in. Well, it is an airport story.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It ties in perfectly.
Oh, this. Yeah.
Like we planned it.
Yeah. Almost
Go for it.
That's really cool.
Well, because obviously, I got married in February, and we went straight on honeymoon. And we went to America. We were flying back from Vegas, and we flew back the evening that Trump put the travel ban in place.
Oh yes, you're right.
Oh,
Like we did all the security. Also, the Las Vegas airport is awful. There's literally nothing in there. There's like a small pub and a couple of shops and a few gambling machines. That is it. It's awful.
What?
But yeah, so we did all the security, all that sort of rubbish. Then we went through, and we didn't even know that travel ban was in place because he was literally doing the press conference as we were going through security. So we all sat down and wait. If you sit at your gate for about 5 years, don't you? Just sat there, just bored out your mind. And then they started calling like loads of names up to the desk. Like you don't even get one or two because there's an issue. This was about 50 people they called up to the desk, and we're like, "What is going on?" Like something major is happening right now. And then they announced that Trump is putting in a travel ban. They're like, so they're not sure on what is actually happening. So they were telling every American they may not be able to get back because they don't know what is going on.
Oh my Lord.
What was the atmosphere like in the airport at that time?
Well, there was a few people like freaking out, like, well, I see, I'm not leaving the country. Get my bags off. Like, I don't want to leave,
Yeah.
not knowing that I'm going to get back. But the best thing, there were two guys that were on a business trip. They were flying to England and then they were flying on to Amsterdam, and they just sat down and went, yes, let's get stuck in Amsterdam. We've got the company credit card. Seemed like a really good idea until they were stuck there for like 7 weeks.
Yeah.
But with the company credit card,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
a good 7 weeks.
I mean, there's only so many like sort of joints you can buy with the company credit card.
Yeah, how do you file the expenses for that?
There's so many excursions though, isn't there? And it's the Amsterdam to do. To do with the rest of the office.
I mean, those two would have bonded. Probably.
Also, if you then got locked down, you just got locked down in a hotel in Amsterdam. It's not like you can go experience it.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. True.
Everyone's closed.
Unless you got locked down in the red light district.
with Dutch terrestrial television.
Yeah, it's not,
Maybe not.
sounded like a great idea until you actually realise, no, you don't want to be sat in a hotel room for like 7 or 8 weeks. We're like, well, this is
So when that travel ban came in, did anyone come up? Were you called to the desk at all to be spoken to, or was it literally just American passengers?
it was anyone that had a return ticket, because obviously we were flying back to England, so it didn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were getting rid of you, so they didn't mind.
Yeah, pretty much. Because they didn't know, because Trump had literally just said, we're banning flights from Europe. At that point, he hadn't mentioned the fact that the UK was going to be excluded. So they just didn't actually know. Like, everyone in the airport was just like, we don't know if we're sending people abroad and then we can't get them back. So we're just going to let you know that we don't know. So it's your choice.
Life's a lottery. Be lucky.
Yeah. Basically, like, if we tell you that we don't know what's going on and then you still choose to fly and then you can't get back, it's your fault, not ours.
Yeah, despite not knowing what the don't know means.
Cover their own backs, so they're not in trouble.
Well,
Yeah,
as is usual with American politics, in the last, let's say 4 years, the order was placed, but no details were given.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
So we're banning travel. It's going to be amazing.
Bless them.
no one is going to travel. Okay, what does that mean?
Then shortly followed by abuse of any reporter sitting in front of him. But there you go.
Yeah. So you want about British politics? At least there's usually some form of explanation.
Yeah.
Even though half the time it is total bullshit.
I'm still wondering what "be alert" actually means. Stay alert.
Stay alert, Fred.
Please have a couple of coffees in the morning. You're good to go. As long as you're absolutely wired on caffeine, coronavirus cannot touch you.
Don't stay up too late.
Yeah, no. So, David, Chris, me. Well, to be fair, someone was talking about America. I've got a story from America as well.
Go for it.
Go for it, yeah.
So there was a woman in America. In most of the states in America now, it's mandatory to wear a face mask, as it is on the trains here now as well. Anyway, someone went into a Starbucks. She wasn't wearing a mask. She's one of those anti-vaxxers who doesn't believe in vaccines.
Nice.
So she's probably going to get some hideous disease later in life.
Big up bleach.
Yeah, so she went to a Starbucks, asked for a coffee, and when the barista said no, as he's well entitled to, she tried to shame him by filming it and sticking it on social media. This spectacularly backfired, and then the GoFundMe was set up for the barista and raised $100,000 for the barista as a tip. And he decided to give half of it to charity and keep the other half to fulfill his dream of becoming a professional dancer. And now the woman who shamed him, tried to shame him anyway, has written to a couple of New York publications to demand some of the money, $100,000 that he raised from me.
What does she want? Commission?
Yeah, she says that without the video, he wouldn't have got the money in the first place, so she deserves a cut of the $100,000.
Also, without the video, he wouldn't have been publicly humiliated.
Exactly. Yeah. It's her. I mean, if you get told to wear a face mask, I mean, how hard? Just wear the face mask while you're ordering the coffee, and then you can take it off when you leave. It's not a big deal. I mean, I had to wear one yesterday, and yeah, it's a little bit warm, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, pro tip if you're in a position where you have to wear a face mask, brush your teeth beforehand because all you're going to be smelling for the next few hours is your own
Your
breath.
breath.
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean,
all of us have worn face masks at this point now, haven't we? Like to the shops and
Yeah.
so.
yeah,
I don't like it.
I can go get mine.
I've got. I mean, worryingly, I think it's a Chinese brand.
Wash your hands every time you use it.
Yeah, but they're quite comfy actually. The ones.
Where did you get yours from? Did you import it?
No, so
Wuhan.
Eleanor's dad is still working, and I think he had to still go out, or they're preparing for them to still be able to do business trips. And so he was given like a shed load of face masks, so just passed a few on to me.
That's all right then.
Yeah, no, they are pretty comfy to be fair. But the other ones we've got are like the in your spray painting stuff, and you got the little one like that.
Oh yeah.
And
Not so comfortable.
they're not so comfy.
The ones you look like a duck or something.
Yeah, those ones.
You ever
If I was the barista, you know, if she's asking for some money, I would buy a mask, send her the mask, and just say, "I've donated $5 to this company to buy you a mask."
Yeah.
I've taken the money out of the 100,000. It's all above board.
And maybe the price of a Starbucks coffee, like what, $5?
Yeah.
Just give her like $10 and a mask. And go, here you go, have a mask and get a coffee on me.
But I'm keeping the rest. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a token gesture. He's done what she asked.
Exactly. Well, she doesn't need anything else.
No, not at the moment. Well, a vaccine might help. I mean, as she's an anti-vaxxer, a vaccine.
Just another Karen causing problems.
That was the title of the article. Was a Karen in America actions actually backfire or something like that.
What would the American version be of a Karen? Like, what would her name be?
Oh, Karen still.
But it'd still be Karen.
It's still America. They still speak English in America, Matt. Newsflash.
Yeah, I know, but like the names are like a bit more rogue, aren't they? Like you get a lot of Chads in America. It's like, well, there's no Chads over here.
No, to be a Chad is something completely different.
Yeah. There used to be like Matts in America. And
yeah,
David.
true. Yeah,
Probably get Chris's. Simons as well. Probably. I don't know.
Maybe you can do a survey, Fred.
I've not got time for that sort of thing at the moment. I'm very busy at the moment, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Busy, man.
He's too busy to do a survey of the whole of America.
Can I have the names? Whether you're named David or Fred, please let us know.
I look forward to seeing the results.
You're going to be waiting a long time for those results. Don't hold your breath.
One thing I wanted to ask, because we've got Simon on this week, is what's your experience been of lockdown? Just for people that don't know, just sort of explain what you do.
I work in an office at the moment. So we've just been working from home. But literally, because lockdown also started literally the Wednesday of me getting back from honeymoon, I went into the office for one day. Then they went, here's all the equipment, go try working from home. And then the next day they're like, just stay at home now. We don't want to see you anymore. And, now we're like, however many months down the line now. So that's been strange because literally my office is in my loft, which is just above my bedroom. So it takes me about 30 seconds to get to work each day.
Yeah.
Which the novelty has worn off.
It's uphill though, so a bit of a tough commute still.
But the weirdest, the hardest part is because my wife's a nurse, and she's doing a lot of night shifts at the moment. So it's kind of hard working in an office and trying to be quiet when she's asleep, literally 30 seconds down the stairs. I'm like whispering the whole time when I'm speaking to people, going, "Oh yeah, yes," because I'm trying not to wake her up. I'm like, yeah, if I wake her up, that's bad news for me.
Yeah. ASMR to people over the phone.
God bless her and the work that she does.
Well,
yeah. How sort of things been being married to someone in the NHS? What sort of her experience been like of life and the virus?
So at the start, obviously there was a lot of stress with like the unknown sort of thing, but then there's not been too much change besides having to wear like the full PPE, which obviously I don't get to see that. I just kind of get to see her she's still doing her normal shifts, so there's not like it doesn't seem that much different. Just besides the fact that they've got different rules at the hospital. I mean, for a while they were being idiots with it when it came to getting to work. They literally were like saying only like 15 people can get on a bus, and it was like taking some people like 2 hours to get into work. So I just started dropping her in a couple of days.
Yeah.
They've sorted that out now. But yeah, it has been. There's not really been much change because it's still routine. You know, she still goes 7 o'clock at night, comes back at 9 o'clock in the morning, or she does all day. She goes at 7, comes back at 8. That's it. There's not really much change in the routine of it. It's just at the start it was quite worrying, like not knowing.
Yeah.
But she on her ward, they didn't really have many cases, so it wasn't too. She didn't work directly with like COVID, like on the COVID ward, so it wasn't as worrying as obviously if you know someone who was directly working with it day in day out.
Because a lot of staff are being transferred around as well, so they could sort of focus on the COVID cases too.
Yeah, but because she works with children, so she's a specialist, she's a paediatric nurse, so they can't really move them too much because they've got to work with kids, and it just turns out kids don't seem to be affected as badly. So luckily, it's not been. I think now it's starting to calm down a little bit. It almost feels like back to normal sort of thing.
Yeah, which is quite reassuring. Yeah. Speaking of that return to normality, the pubs have reopened, as are the restaurants, and crucially for Fred Blagden, the hairdressers.
It's getting out of hand now. I mean, it's been. I got my haircut probably last time was a couple of days before Valentine's Day. So it's been a long time. It was novel at first, but now it's just there's too much going on in my hair. It needs to be cut.
Because I mean, just before the podcast started, we mentioned that the pubs have opened, and Simon, you sort of sworn off them for the time being. Just don't want to go anywhere near it. Don't want to mess with it. When do you guys think that people like us who aren't craving a cold pint of Carling,
is anyone craving a cold pint of Carling?
Genuinely, there was a live blog. I think it was on the in the Sun, and the bloke that they quoted said he'd been craving draft Carling.
Oh,
right. He said it was the first drink he got.
It was like an angel pissing on his tongue. That's what he said.
That was it, yeah.
That was in Bristol, wasn't it?
Apparently, he'd been working all evening, tarmacking the roads, hadn't gone to bed, and waited outside the pub at 6 o'clock in the morning to get in.
That's dedication. That is dedication.
It's a bit of a mad one. Craving, Carling. And then, I mean, what I'm novel saying, angel pissing on the tongue is something I've never heard before.
I've never heard that either.
The journalist must have thought that this is not.
That's gold.
I've ever put in the paper before.
Like, someone says that to you, your eyes light up. You're like, that's a headline.
I think.
When do you think you'll go back? When do you think you boys will brave the pubs?
To be honest, the pubs are going to do all they can to social distance, but no one's going to people say that they will try and social distance, but it's not going to happen. Like
after a few pints.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen. Like the scenes in Soho this weekend.
Yeah, oh my god!
Like it could have been 40 degrees, like 30 degrees on a summer's day. Obviously, it wasn't that hot yesterday, but that's what it looked like. It was thousands of people.
I mean, the catch-22 is so the pubs are operating differently under the social distancing guidelines. So you can't go to the bar and order; it's all table service, and you place your order from the table and you go to like a collection point on the bar to get your drinks, which massively slows the process down. So on the flip side, people aren't able to go to the pub and get properly hammered.
Yeah, but I think it's okay to have the slower service because you haven't got nearly as many customers.
Yeah, I agree on that, and I think after a few weeks, people are going to realise, oh, actually, I can't go to the pub and just get absolutely wankered. And so I think it will start to ease off a little bit compared to what it's been like this weekend.
This is it. I was just going to say, like, if we're like in America where you go out for one or two, which means I'll actually have one or two, you can go to a bar or whatever and do that. But our experience is go socialize, have loads of drinks, and then go home at night. And yeah, it's not going to work like that. Buying a round in or whatever. I just think that novelty is going to wear off very quick. And for me personally, I'm not really interested. I mean, it's not like I can go and watch proper football or anything at the moment, or proper sport, because that's not really happening. So until I can do that, I don't think I'll probably go. I don't have the urge to as much. I can
wait for
buy a couple
lockdown to
beers
be
still at home.
officially over, and then once everything is completely back to as it was.
I went to town yesterday. I didn't go into a pub or anything. I literally, the only thing I got was a takeaway coffee, which was fine. Anyway, the pubs though, it's a difficult one because everyone wants that sense of normal life back. And it is a bit like we need something. Like the football come back was a big boost for most people, like the morale thing, and then it's trying to keep everyone happy, I think. And getting all the hospitality stuff back to work obviously is a big one. I don't know if I'll go back soon. Probably give it a bit, maybe after the summer. See how it is then.
I'm not that bothered, to be honest. Like, if you want a drink, go get one from the shop.
How about you, Simon? Because you live right around the corner from Wetherspoons. Surely the temptation is there.
The whole point of a pub is like the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
When you go out with a group of mates, and that's kind of what's restricted. I mean, we've got a table booked, but it's for my brother's birthday, so that's on the 17th. So we're going out for that, but there's just a few of us. But we're going for a meal in a pub. That's it. So that's the only time we're going, and we're doing that. But then we're going obviously straight away. But because the whole idea of normally you'd go to a pub. Some of the places you can only have restricted time there as well, isn't it? You've got like an hour and a half window or 2 hour window.
I've been at a swimming pool.
Normally, when you're going to a pub, well, most of the time, every time I've gone to a pub, is then going on to a gig. That's like my normal sort of following. That's not happening. Like, and if you're going to the pub for the evening, you want to go for the evening, and you want to sit there, you want to just chill with your mates, and there's too many restrictions to. Yeah. Because I've got a drink with 3 people that I'm allowed out with. I could literally just do this in my garden.
Yeah, that's the thing. Exactly. And you can have more drinks in your garden.
The thing with the pub is you go that like Simon said, it's the social aspect. That's the big thing. You go out with your mates, have a few drinks and a few laughs. I mean, that's the thing that stopped, isn't it? Because of social distancing.
Yeah.
So I don't think it does not that much of a temptation because I can have a drink at home. I mean, and it's a lot cheaper just to buy a beer from the shop.
Yeah, for sure.
And like with the social distancing aspect, I'm more concerned about other people rather than myself, because like every time I've had to go to the shops or anything like that, I'm very aware of trying to keep my distance, but it's other people who just keep barging into you. You're trying to keep out of other people's way. And let's just walk around like the supermarket. I can just imagine in a bar, after someone's had 2 or 3 drinks, it's going to be 10 times worse. You'll be like just like dodging the whole time. You have to be very alert.
I went to the shops just yesterday, and like I'm sort of tucked up against the wall, while people are trying to squeeze past, and other people properly barging their way through, like nothing's happening, and you're like, are you mad?
That's the thing. It's like the corner shop we've got at the end of our road. It's one way. They've like barricaded off the aisles, and you go one way. And if you miss something, too bad. And I went in. I think it was yesterday, and there was a woman walking the other way round. She'd forgotten to buy eggs or something. She was just coming back round. What are you doing? And then you stand there. They've got this shop. They've done a really good job, to be fair. They've got the markings all the way around the shop. And I'm stood there. I was like looking at cakes to buy or something.
Obviously.
Because of course he was. and this bloke sort of stood behind me, and he's keeping the 2 meters. And then he sort of looks at me. I make eye contact with him. And he sees that as, okay, that's all right. I can just walk past it now. No, your turn. You can pick out your Battenbergs when I'm done.
What, with the Battenbergs or something else?
I think we have the title for this week's show. You can pick your Battenbergs when I'm done.
I want a Battenberg now.
So do I.
I do love a Battenberg.
I brought that up as a story, but it happens every time you go to shops. Something like that happens.
Yeah, it does. You just get idiots, I'm afraid.
So now we move on to Chris. Chris, what are you up first?
So since we're sort of finishing off the show today, I thought I'd finish with something a little I kind of get your brains thinking a little bit. I do a radio show where we basically ask people to send in stuff that's sort of creative, whether it be sort of poetry or spoken word or whatever. And this one kind of made me think a little bit, right? Because we had someone, she was, I think she might have been like an 18-year-old girl from one of our local areas, who sent in a spoken word piece about what Wendy from Peter Pan would be like in the 21st century. It was really interesting because she was kind of like how much she's like, Peter, I've left so many voice notes for you and you still haven't replied to me. The house is still open. You can come and visit me. And like, and bits like that. And it kind of got me thinking after, it's like, what would sort of, maybe not just Disney characters, but sort of like childhood characters be like today? Like, could you imagine like Snow White setting up a dating website and being like, yeah, I live with 7 little men. And then also like the 7 dwarfs would have joined a union, obviously. So, and you know, like, what would like another one be? Like Goldilocks. Goldilocks would have been done for breaking an entry in the 21st century. But it got me thinking, it's like, have we got any more that you guys can think of off the top of your head, like sort of children's book characters in the 21st century? Belle.
Beauty and the Beast. She definitely would have Facebook stalked him beforehand. And then she would be catfished.
Absolutely. And it's bestiality as well.
I don't know if they went that far, Chris.
We don't know.
Peter Pan's kidnapped some kids.
I mean, yeah, effectively he did just fly them away, didn't he, on a plane?
I mean, that's not great. I mean, yeah. Captain Hook is trying to kill these kids as well, which also isn't good.
Mary Poppins would be defunct because you can just give kids an iPad, you're good to go. She'd be homeless. She'd be redundant and homeless out on the streets.
She'd be arrested for giving kids drugs to spill the sugar.
Take your medicine.
But Mary Poppins, why are you heating up the spoon?
Why are you doing it over an open fire, Mary Poppins?
Why is there a random chimney sweep?
There wouldn't be any chimney sweeps, would there?
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. What would it be though instead? It'd be like
Instagram influencer. You have Dick Van Dyke posing with
personal trainer. I'd be a personal trainer.
New finds from Boohoo.
Be like Joe Wicks.
Joe Wicks.
Or it'd be like road technician or something, or roof technician or something.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think we're at a stage now. You think about all these stories that we're naming here, and they're classics. I don't think we'll get anything like that anymore. I mean, probably the most recent thing we've probably had that even comes close is either like the Mr. Men or Thomas the Tank Engine.
What about the Tweenies?
You still got classic films though.
Yeah, it's got a classic. Well, that's the thing. That in terms of the sort of fairy tale aspect of it,
yeah,
I don't think we'll get stuff like that.
I mean, I don't know about any of you lot. I mean, I had a little cousin, and we all spent time at my nan's house, and like we'd obviously have to watch what she would watch, and it would be like kids programs, and you'd watch it and be like, "What on God's earth is this? How can any child watch this?" I was like, I can't even remember what it was called, but it was just like these weird things. I don't know what they were, but it scared the crap out of me. They didn't speak. Like,
there was. It's very hit and miss with kids programs. I will say there is one. When I was still working in the office, there's a few people that are parents, and
what, they made you watch kids programs?
No, but they obviously watch kids programs with their kids,
right?
And he was raved about this kids program called Hey Dougie, which is for like toddlers. And the reason was one of the episodes they did, they were like going down a river for something, but it was a shot-for-shot remake of Apocalypse Now.
What?
How does that work?
On a kids program?
Yeah, so every single shot was like a remake of a shot from Apocalypse Now, but with a kid's story of them just like going for a boat ride down a river. It's like it's if you're able to do stuff like that, where you make it so that kids are enjoying it, but adults go, "Hold on a second," and the adults can enjoy it as well.
This isn't like probably the first thing that should come to mind, but isn't that copyright?
You use different storyline to it, I suppose.
Yeah,
Then like
it's
Plagiarism.
not- yeah, oh yeah, definitely plagiarism. But I think where it's sort of tongue in cheek, it's
Get away
not-
with it.
Yeah, you get away with it.
with regards to the fairy tale thing, though, I mean, you still get kids films like
Frozen.
Frozen.
Yeah,
Is a fairy tale, and that's fairly recent.
Rapunzel.
That.
Moana.
Yeah.
It still comes out.
Tangled.
Yeah.
Brave as well, another good example.
Yeah.
I think it still happens. It's like stuff that maybe, I mean, like Snow White and stuff were books first, weren't they? So I suppose
Yeah,
you sort of run out of that sort of canon of work, but you still got like new stories, like for example Frozen and stuff that still comes out and does fairly well. I mean, live action remakes are great at the moment, isn't it? Like with Jungle Book and Paddington and stuff like that.
I wish they stopped doing that though now.
yeah.
I mean, some worked. Paddington worked. I thought it worked really well, but like the Lion King one was it's all right.
What I understand about the Lion King is it was still all CGI. It's not live action, is it? It's
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get a real lion going for it.
Into that. Yeah, can you imagine a lion tamer being like, "No, come on, push him off the side."
It's weird watching like live action remakes, especially stuff like Lion King. 'Cause Lion King was like when I was a kid, it was like one of my favorite films. It feels a bit weird watching that, and then the Jungle Book. It felt a bit weird watching those back, and like the characters having different voices and not being quite the same. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Because obviously I watched the animated versions when I was a child, so it's a bit strange and a bit different. But yeah, I think
the thing that annoyed me with the Lion King one was my favourite bit in the original Lion King is when they're doing the song to distract Zazu, and then they end up Zazu stood there by himself holding up like an elephant and like a giraffe, and he gets crushed, and then that's how they run away. That's not it. The song, and they just run off, and then he just I can't find him. I don't know.
Because it's
lazy.
They went for pure realism.
Yeah.
Which I think that's the thing. Part of the charm of the Disney films is the sort of comedy stuff you can only do with animation.
Yeah.
Or like the Lion King, like the really sort of vibrant skies. You know, the scenes where the skies are like these bright turquoises or the deep purples.
Yeah.
And you just can't get that in live action.
Yeah, it's not quite the same. Is it?
It's really funny kind of watching back sort of movies like that as an adult as well, because I watched back The Cat in the Hat not that long ago, and
What were you
honestly,
smoking when you decided to watch that?
I was very ill, David. I was very ill. No, but actually, I didn't realize how funny it was. There's loads of jokes in there that are put in for the adults, which you don't realize as a kid, and you're like, how the hell did they get away with that? And it's, but I love that. I love now going back to watching and being like, oh,
You get what it
I get
means.
now.
Yeah,
My innocent mind didn't think about that at the time.
Then in animated films as well, though. Like, I remember what I was watching one with my cousin who's quite young. It was a while ago. I think it was Ice Age, and that's got quite a lot of jokes in it that are sort of more geared towards the adults than kids.
I think even like Toy Story's got like so many in it. It's just hilarious. You don't even think of it.
Oh, for sure, it's in there.
Sure,
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
I'd honestly go back and watch some stuff that you haven't watched since you were like, I don't know how old, and see if you can try and find some of the inside jokes. It is quite funny. But yeah, it was an interesting spoken word piece, but it got me thinking that what characters would be like in the 21st century, and if it turns out none of them would either exist or they would be banged up for some form of crime.
How times have changed.
Have a good night, kids.
And on that
sleep.
bombshell.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you, Simon, obviously for coming on and and helping us out with one of our podcasts. And
Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah.
Thank you
Nice
for
to
inviting
see
me.
you, Simon.
been a blast. Until next time. Bye.
Subscribe, like, share, all of that jazz.
Yeah.
Like,
Next one.
subscribe,
Bye.
comment.